After 10 months of racing with 24 drivers behind the wheel, it is now time to crown our champion. But for our final episode, we've gone big. I've got a wireless microphone. We've got multiple cameras, all to capture one ultimate epic race. Welcome to the Lap It Up finale. Hello and welcome to the show. We are here at Capital Karts, which is the UK's longest indoor go-karting track, which is playing host for our finale. Now we've got 5 drivers who are going to be doing a 10-lap race who will determine who will be the Lap It Up champion. So who are the drivers in today's race? Well, let's take a look at the grid. So the grid order follows on from the show. So in P1 we've got Dan Pugsley, and then in P2 we've got Liam Dryden. In P3 we've got Jack Howard, and just behind him we've got Connor Travers in P4. And then at the very last moment in the last episode we've got Connor Jazza starting in 5th at the very back. But just before we jump into today's race, let's take a look around Capital Karts' multi-level track. So coming around the final corner, we're then going across the start-finishing line and beginning our lap. Going into turn 1, we're going to have loads of momentum going into turns 2 and 3, which you can do in one manoeuvre, and then into a sweeping right-hander in turn 4. Then we're going into the hairpin of turn 5, one of the great spots for overtaking. Then another left-hander, which is turn 6, into a really great fast but very, very tight chicane, which is turn 7 and 8. You do not want to overtake here, going into turns 9 and 10. Then going into the open chicanes of turn 11, 12 and 13. Then going into turn 14, which is a massively long right-hander. So if you have a bad exit, then you might fall down the grid. Then approaching turns 15 and 16, another double barrel left-hander, but then going into another chicane, turn 17 and 18, then turn 19, a massive sweeping left-hander, and then we go upstairs. After all that momentum, you go into turn 20, so you might skid out here, but then going into turns 21 and 22. Then another straight going into turn 23, and then hooking it round to the left-hand side into turn 24. Another great overtaking opportunity, but a bad exit might compromise you for turn 25. Then a sweeping right-hander and left-hander of turns 26 and 27. Most cars will be single file around here going into turns 28 and then 29, and then here turn 30 is possibly the last overtaking opportunity. But then we're heading downstairs into turn 31, and if done correctly you can do this completely flat out. But that's what our drivers will be facing today here at Capital Karts. Well, that's a track, and if you want to check out this place yourself, then I'll leave all the links in the description below. Definitely come check it out. But for now, it's time to get racing. So all the karts are now on the grid, waiting for the red lights to go out, and that means the race is underway. Here we're on board with Jack Howard, and here on board with Connor Travers. And away we go, and straight away it's a bit of a slow start there for Liam Dryden. Connor trying to squeeze in on the left-hand side. Everyone now heading down towards turn 1. Jack Howard going around the outside, trying to defend his 3rd position there from Connor as we go on board with him now, just following closely behind Liam Dryden with Dan Pugsley up ahead. Going into the hairpin. But so far, everyone is just remaining in their position. Little look there from Liam, trying to get past Dan Pugsley. Now everyone is feeding into the bottom half of the circuit underneath the racetrack. Everyone making their way through the fast chicane and into the open, wider chicanes. And still in single file, everyone's been nice and well behaved. Connor Jazza there in last place is just slightly slipping back away from the rest of the pack. But you can see they've all customised their helmets, including his, which has got a learner driver sticker on the top, which is very, very nice. Now everyone's coming around to make their way upstairs. Connor having a look up on the inside of Jack Howard, and he's got inside the corner, and I think he's just made it. Yes, he has. That's P3 for Connor. A great move from him on the opening lap. Going to have a quick little replay here from the start of the race. This is on board with Connor Travers. You can see that Liam Dryden just ahead of him just got caught out by the light and had a little bit of contact with him there, and subsequently, the GoPro falls off at the front, and we're now on board with Jack Howard later on in the first lap. Little tap there again with Liam Dryden, and again the other GoPro going off. So that's both onboard cameras have now fallen off at the beginning of the race. Great stuff there, which means we won't get any nice shots there. Going into now one of the final corners, and that's a place made up by Connor. And some contact there between Liam and Jack, and that is the battle for 3rd position. So Connor's gone up into 2nd position, but this is now the battle for 3rd. But Jack's not going down without a fight though, going down the start-finish line. Jack looks on the inside line, just doesn't get enough done, but Liam still holds position, and Jack's still fighting. Jack's now made back up the place, back up into 3rd position. Great driving from both these guys here going into the hairpin. Jack definitely is in a fighting mood, and Liam just looked like he had a bit too much speed going through the corner after turn 1, which allowed Jack to go up onto the inside. But great stuff from both of them. Now going into the open chicane. Connor is right up the back of Dan Pugsley, and so is Jack. Jack's getting involved as well. Both of these guys are fighting very hard, very much putting the pressure onto Dan Pugsley as they're just making their way around the final corners on the bottom half before going upstairs. Around they come, and you can see how tightly they're racing. And Liam Dryden is getting involved in it as well. There's Connor Jazza back in 5th place, coming upstairs. And it looks like Jack's going around the outside. Oh, that's a bold move. I can't tell if he's made up the spot or not. No, he unfortunately couldn't pull off the move. But Connor Travers has gone to the back of the pack. He's waving his hands as if an incident has happened. We might have just missed it off camera. But now going to turn 24. A little bit of spin by Jack. A little love tap there by Connor Jazza, and Jack seems to be slowing, but Connor Travers has found the opportunity to get past Connor Jazza, going back up into 4th position. Everyone coming into the second to last corner, and the order is really mixed up, not for the first or last place, but second, third and 4th have been battling it out. So there you can see Dan Poksley in 1st position, waving to the camera. But yes, 2nd, 3rd and 4th positions have been really mixed up, but it seems to have gone back to how it was in the beginning. So here's a little bit of a replay of what happened there. So Jack skids out, which Connor wasn't expecting, goes into the back of him, and then you've got Connor Travers just trying to go around on the outside. But then you've got Jack slowing down here, possibly to readjust, and Connor Jazza goes out to the left-hand side, so Connor sees the opportunity, goes down the inside and goes up into 4th position. A great overtake by Connor Travers. So now heading back into the race, we've still got Dan Poksley in the lead with Liam Jordan in 2nd, Jack Howard in 3rd, and then we've got Connor Travers in 4th, and there we've got Connor Jazza in 5th position. Now everyone going up into the 2nd floor. Liam just goes a little bit wide, and Jack sees the opportunity, and that's him up into P2. Great move from Jack, just sneaking up into the inside with Liam just going a touch wide there. Halfway through the circuit now, and just coming into turn 24, we've had so much action. Jack goes to the inside of Dan Poksley. Great move from Jack, and it seems like Dan Poksley is now being overtaken by everyone. So now we've got Jack, and then Connor, then Liam Dryden, Dan Poksley, and then Connor Jazza in 5th. A real disappointment there for Dan Poksley now that Jack Howard is leading the race with Connor Travers in 2nd, with Liam Dryden in 3rd position. And there's a look there from Connor Jazza. He's gone into Dan Poksley, trying to force his way down the line, but that's not going to work out. But so far, it's Jack Howard leading the race with Connor in 2nd and Liam in 3rd. Dan still holding on to P4, and with Connor Jazza in P5. So far, these front two have done an amazing race, with Jack starting off in 3rd, now leading the race, with Connor starting in 4th, now up in 2nd position. So here's a quick replay of what happened. So Jack goes down the inside of Dan. Dan doesn't look like he expects it and slows up massively. And then you've got Liam coming around on the right-hand side, but gets squeezed into the wall, whereas Connor, on the outside, makes a double overtake of both those guys fighting. And there you go, they're both waving towards the camera. Not the cleanest of overtakes for Jack, however, I think the award for best overtake so far does go to Connor for that double one. Seeing both those guys fight and just go straight around them, absolutely top notch. We're on to lap 4 of the race at the moment, and this is ultimately the lead for the race. And Connor's going down on the inside. Jack has gone wide, and Connor has made it into the lead of the race. A great overtake. We've seen so much action on that one corner there. If you just go off a little bit wide, and it's a perfect opportunity to just send it up into the inside. Nice, clean racing by both those guys there. But Connor is now leading the race, and Jack is very close up behind him. And here's a little bit of a replay of some action that was going on at the same time. This is the battle for 4th position between Dan Poksley and Connor Jazza. Connor is right up behind Dan Poksley, and you can see here, goes straight down the inside of Dan Poksley and makes it up into 4th position. The exact same manoeuvre and exact same place that Jack did earlier onto Dan Poksley as well. But back onto the lead of the race between Connor and Jack Howard. Both starting to stretch out their legs on the track. They definitely seem the fastest guys out there at the moment. As you can see, there's a massive gap behind them from where the other drivers are. So really impressive from these guys, both trying to go for the win here. But a lot of pressure is now on Connor. He knows if he makes one small mistake, if he just goes out wide just a little bit or breaks a bit too early, then Jack is right there up behind him and jumps straight on the inside. And what's really interesting about this battle for the lead is that we're starting to see a little bit of a driver pattern going on with these guys. So it seems that upstairs, Connor has the advantage and is able to pull away from Jack, increasing that gap distance. Whereas with Jack, it seems like he's got the advantage downstairs. So we've gone to this shot here, for example, we can see there's about a second or so gap upstairs with Connor between Jack. But then when we go downstairs, it seems like Jack has got more control and is able to get right up behind Connor. Connor just crossing the start-finishing line, coming on to lap 6, so just over halfway through the race already. And I reckon this is where we're going to start to see Jack properly get up behind Connor. And as we have a look here, yeah, you can see that he's already... I think he might have just touched the barrier there a little bit, maybe just going a bit too quick into the hairpin, maybe losing the rear, now going through the fast chicane into the open chicane. And you can see that he's right up behind Connor now. So both drivers have got an advantage of their upstairs or downstairs circuit, but obviously there's a disadvantage as well. So it gets some great racing here. Now both of them are going upstairs, and Jack's going to have a little look to the inside. And he's skidding out Connor, but that's not the cleanest of moves, and he does give Connor back the position. I don't think that would have been a fair overtake if he was to slide it down in the inside. And yeah, as you can see here now, Connor is now starting to stretch out his legs again as he's upstairs. And there is Liam Dryden having a bit of fun, and right up behind him is Connor Jazza. but Jack is right behind Connor, and obviously Jack was leading at one point, and that is obviously going to be playing around with his mind, and he's going to try and do everything he can to get past Connor Travers. But Jack's probably thinking to himself, where is the best overtaking opportunities on the track? And so far, the best action we've seen is turn 20, which is going up the ramp. We've got turn 24, which is that big left-hander going across, and then into turn 30, the second to last corner of the circuit. So Jack's probably thinking to himself, which position is going to be best? I'm putting my money on turn 20, which is the ramp leading upstairs, as that is the one corner which could compromise Connor where his kart skids out, has no control, and Jack sees the opportunity. So here we go, going up into the ramp. I don't think he's close enough for a move, but he's definitely there. He's definitely close enough to get to Connor. So we might be looking at something into turn 24, which is to be the main action spot for this race. Connor is doing some superb driving at the moment, defending from Jack, and Jack just skids it a little bit there, unfortunately extending that gap between himself and Connor. And there is a battle for P3 with Liam Dryden and Connor Jazza. Perhaps we might see another repeat of that overtake he did onto Dan Pugsley. Connor crossing the start-finishing line going onto lap 8, and you can see the gap there where we come onto the side view here. This is the gap for the lead of the race, but the question is Jack going to have any more opportunities to go for it? He has a little bit of a skid there. Looks like he's putting a bit too much pressure in. And here's the battle for third at the moment with Liam Dryden and Connor Jazza. Connor is right there. He's trying to get third position from Liam Dryden at that moment. But now jumping upstairs to the lead of the race, and it looks like Jack has definitely caught back up to Connor. Must have found something going up the ramp, but I wonder where the overtake opportunity is going to happen. You can see here, Jack is right up close behind Connor. He's trying to go down on the inside. Is he going to make that move stick? I don't think he's there. I think he's going to need to back off, otherwise both him and Connor will go straight off the circuit, and obviously that's affected that momentum. The fastest section of the track, and Connor obviously was in front and just had the racing line, so he was able to put full throttle down and have it, whereas Jack, as you can see, he had to come back a little bit, come off the accelerator, and you can see there, he's still skidding his car a little bit. I think he's pushing a little bit too hard on that corner, but now we're into the chicanes where this is Jack's area, and there you can see he's gone right up behind Connor again. This is incredible to see, and I think if we're going to get another overtaking opportunity, it's going to go up into the ramp. So here we go. Is Jack going to make the move? He does go on the inside. He's nudging Connor. He's skidding him out a little bit, having a little bit of bumper cars, and Jack is right there on the inside, going into turn 24. Jack's having another look. He's hitting Connor. Jack must be getting a bit of frustration, and so is Connor as well, doing some hand gestures towards Jack, saying, "Stop hitting me." But I think because Connor is defending so well, Jack is getting frustrated that he just can't get past. Connor is making his car as wide as possible. Look how close they are coming onto the very last lap. Jack might have a go into turn 1. I don't think he's there, but this is proper wheel to wheel. This is the battle for third position now with Liam and Connor. Connor is still giving all the pressure onto Liam now as they're coming onto the second to last corner, and Connor is right there putting the pressure onto Liam for third position. And here they come across the start-finishing line. There's two major battles going on at the moment, and here's the battle for the lead of the race. So here comes Jack going around turn 14, trying to chase down Connor Travers. And there is Dan Pugsley, not the race he was expecting, currently sitting in last place. But now heading back upstairs to the lead of the race, where we are seeing Connor and Jack battle it out. I think there's only going to be one overtaking opportunity left for Jack, which is the second to last corner, turn 30. But I don't think he's close enough to Connor. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a bit too much of a gap. But Connor is now going around the second to last corner, going into the last corner on the last lap. He sees the checkered flag, and that is it. Connor has won the race, and he has won Lap It Up. Super close behind was Jack Howard in second position, then Liam Dryden in third position with Connor Jazza in fourth, and Dan Pugsley, unfortunately for him, in fifth position. How was that race for you?
I've had better. Yeah, I went from first to last, so that's a shame.
So what actually happened there?
I was doing all right. I was holding everyone behind me, I think, at the start, and then someone shunted me out of the way, and then everybody streamed past. So it went from amazing to like maybe second to last very quickly.
Really, really fun and frustrating, because I got a bit cocky at one point when I was in first and thought I'd be all right, and I wasn't all right.
And it seemed like you and Connor had a great battle on track. Connor, why don't you come over here as well? You guys had a great battle out on track, and definitely on the last few stages of the laps. How did you find that, Connor, going against Jack?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There were definitely some tight bum moments, definitely.
So who was the one out of that who was more aggressive?
I think it is me, and I apologise as well, because I was like, I have to be a bit more aggressive if I'm going to take over, but I just couldn't get close enough, and then one time when I tried to really like force myself past, it just got a bit too much. Like it's just not fair. I shouldn't have done it.
I'm a little bit disappointed in my own performance, sort of as the self-proclaimed bad boy of today's race. I think I depended on the brakes just a little bit too much to betray my own spirit.
But you still do have a podium though, of being in third position.
I'll take that happily today, Matt. Yeah, absolutely. I think we just had fun out there, and that's all that matters.
And so how did you find it, Connor?
I hated every second. No, I didn't. I loved it. That was loads of fun. I've never done that before. It was really good. I've only just got warmed up, Matt. I'm ready now. I'm limber. I reckon I'd go so far into the lead. I'll go into the minuses now. If you got me back on that track, I'll go beyond the podium.
So that is the end of the show and the end of Lap It Up. We've had a great day of racing and a great time filming all previous episodes. A massive thanks to all those who took part, and a big thanks to everyone for tuning in since the beginning. If you'd like to catch up on all the previous episodes, then make sure to click the playlist annotation at the very end of the video. But our Lap It Up champion, the winner of today's race, Connor Travers. Hello and welcome to Lap It Up, where your driving skills are put to the test.
Lap It Up?
Did I say Lap It Up?
Welcome to Lap It Up, the show where we review lapel microphones. All right, Mum.
Okay, love.
All right, bye.
She wanted to make sure I was safe on the track. You know, I wasn't. I'm dead.
Bye, bye,
He's been sat there for 5 minutes. Call it.
It's not doing anything. You know what? Sod it. No one's arrived yet, so I might still get off with a misdemeanor. Quick, get out of the car. Abandon it.